Now recognize the gentleman from Iowa, Mr. Feenstra, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Thompson and Ranking Member Craig. Thank you for the witnesses for coming today. I am in the second largest ag district in the country, probably #1 in corn and soybeans. And you know, when we look at feeding the world, we need to create some of the safest and most affordable food, fuel, and fiber that we can do that. And we are currently doing that. I'm very grateful for all that you have noted. These tools go through robust science and risk-based regulatory processes and ensure safety for human health and for our families and for people around the world. And I'd like to just talk a little bit about this, of how we can get to the next level, all right? We know from the past what we've used, but now when we start looking at FIFRA, a science-based process to regulate distribution, sale, and the use of pesticides to ensure human and environmental safety. And then you have PREA, who establishes a fee-based system to support timely review of pesticide registration. So these are two significant tools that we use to review and create science-based, safe production of product. So my question is this. We saw pesticide registrations fall more than 70% over the last several years. And by the way, I talked to Administrator Zeldin from the EPA, and he is very well aware, and he said, Randy, we got to do something about this. This is ridiculous that we're far behind. I mean, these are great tools that are on the forefront, but they're not out there yet. So I want to talk to Mr. Abbott first. What is your thoughts on this? How does this affect the current farming community when it comes to crop protection tools and safety, and how we can look forward?
Well, as I've already previously mentioned, they pay for it, right? And they are looking for tools to manage resistance. They need to rotate, right? I'll use fungicides. If you continue to use the same fungicide over and over, you're going to develop a resistance at some point. So in order to avoid that, you need to rotate, and that's where the different tools come into play.
Right, so there's new cutting edge tools that are on the forefront. I mean, you start looking at that, what that means, less product going, in the air, in the water, and all this stuff. Can you elaborate on that a little bit of what's out there?
Well, and I'll go from the adjuvant side of the thing, right? What you're adding to the tank, besides the pesticide, the active ingredient, how do you make it work most effectively? And that's managing drift. That's also making it more effective, getting into either the plant tissue or the insect, soft-bodied, whatever it is. It's influencing that tank mix to a positive effect, right? You want to make sure, we talked about dead weeds, right? You don't want to have to respray. That's where you get more chemicals on there.
That's right.
So it's about managing that.
Yeah, Don, you want to expand on that at all?
Sorry. Our toolbox is limited. We've had fewer products to use that are effective. And as we said, it creates resistance issues. We need to rotate chemistry. I feel that we have great products in the wings, ready to go, and we don't have access to them.
I agree. It's frustrating.
We need to get them out.
Yep. Now I want to talk about maximum residue levels. So this has always been a top issue when we start thinking about health and safety and the global supply chains. When we start looking at international trade, they always talk about maximum residual levels and where it's at and where it needs to be. Mr. Abbott, could you talk about the robust processes that go into setting the maximum residual levels at the EPA? How does this work, and why this is so important when it comes to our export markets?
I can just speak from experience. I am not an expert in that field by any stretch of the imagination, but in my career, I have had to deal with the MRLs, right? And different countries have different levels, and different active ingredients have different levels. And they are rigorously followed, and it goes all the way down from the producer to the co-packer, and it follows all the way through the supply chain.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's very well thought through of where it goes, and I mean, it's all identified. Yes, Don?
We have certain products we grow that if they're going to be exported to, let's say, Japan, we have restrictions on products that we can put on that crop.
That's right.
Which kind of limits us, but we see that in several of the different commodities we grow. The MRLs hold back the use of certain products that we need.
Yep, I hear you. Thank you, and I yield back.